Canon EOS R6 Mark III specs, release date, and what it means for 2025. The camera world is buzzing with excitement. Canon has finally confirmed the EOS R6 Mark III for a 2025 release. While rumors about this model have circulated for months, newly leaked specifications now paint a vivid picture of what to expect. If accurate, these details suggest that Canon is preparing to deliver one of the most versatile and ambitious full-frame cameras ever released in the sub-$3,000 market. The EOS R6 line has always been positioned as a bridge between enthusiast shooters and working professionals, but the Mark III appears ready to blur that line even further. Let's dive deep into everything we know, from the new sensor and processor to autofocus, video capabilities, pricing strategy, and release timeline, and explore what this camera could mean for photographers and filmmakers in 2025. A new sensor, 30.3 megapixels of full-frame power. One of the headline upgrades of the R6 Mark III is its brand new 30.3 megapixel full-frame CMOS sensor. This is a notable jump from the 20.1 MP sensor in the original R6 and the 24.2 MP sensor in the Mark II. On paper, the increase may look incremental, but the real story lies in the underlying technology. Canon has reportedly redesigned this sensor architecture from the ground up, rather than reusing older platforms. Early whispers suggest improvements in dynamic range, low light sensitivity, and readout speed, making it competitive not only with mid-range rivals but also with higher-end professional models. For photographers, the sweet spot around 30 MP offers a balance, enough resolution for large prints and detailed cropping, without overwhelming storage and processing systems. Videographers also benefit, since the higher resolution enables oversample for KN6000 recording with richer detail and less noise. Dual-digit 10 processor with accelerator technology supporting this new sensor is Canon's equally new dual-digit 10 image processor, paired with what the leaks call a DIGIC accelerator module. If true, this marks a major step forward in Canon's processing pipeline. The promise is clear: faster image processing, reducing lag between capture and review, improved computational photography, leveraging AI for noise reduction, HDR imaging, and smarter color science. Next-level autofocus tracking, thanks to deeper machine learning integration. Enhanced buffer performance, meaning higher sustained burst shooting without slowdown. For context, Canon's DIGIC processors have historically been central to each camera generation's leap forward. The Digic X in the R5 and R6 unlocked cutting-edge autofocus and video features. The DIGIC 10, with dual processing and an accelerator, could prove to be the brain that finally lets Canon cameras match or surpass the real-time processing capabilities seen in Sony's Alpha 1 or NIC. On Z9. Autofocus. Predictive AI that feels almost human. Perhaps the most dramatic claim concerns the autofocus system. According to leaks, Canon has integrated an advanced deep learning engine that goes far beyond traditional eye or face detection. Instead of merely reacting to movement, the system predicts subject behavior. Imagine photographing a bird in flight, where older cameras might lose focus as the bird changes direction. The R6 Mark III anticipates the arc of its movement and maintains lock with uncanny accuracy. This kind of predictive autofocus could transform fields like wildlife photography, where unpredictable motion is the norm; sports, where every split second counts; event coverage, where tracking people in dynamic lighting has always been a challenge. Early testers reportedly described the AF as scary accurate, to the point where it feels like the camera knows what you want in focus before you do. If these impressions hold true, Canon may have closed one of the last competitive gaps with Sony's market-leading AF systems, display and viewfinder, a redesigned vari-angle screen. Another area of innovation is the rear LCD screen. The R6 Mark III is said to feature a 3.22-inch vari-angle touchscreen with a new tilt and flip mechanism. Unlike conventional flip-out screens, Canon's design reportedly allows for more fluid positioning while maintaining brightness and color accuracy, even in direct sunlight. This matters more than it sounds. Outdoor shooters often struggle with glare, forcing them to rely on electronic viewfinders. If Canon has truly engineered a daylight visible LCD, it could become one of the most practical upgrades for hybrid shooters who alternate between photo and video work. Meanwhile, the electronic viewfinder EVF is expected to deliver higher resolution and smoother refresh rates, offering an immersive, lag-free shooting experience. Video capabilities, a game-changer in the mid-range. R6 Mark III's rumored video specifications are perhaps the most groundbreaking: 6K RAW recording at up to 60 fps, 4K at 120 fps. Oversampled from the full sensor. C-Log2 and C-Log3 support for professional-grade color workflows if confirmed. This would make the R6 Mark III one of the most capable hybrid cameras under $3,000. Traditionally, features like 6K RAW have been locked behind cinema cameras costing several times more. By democratizing access to such tools, Canon is clearly targeting not just photographers but also independent filmmakers and content creators. For slow-motion enthusiasts, 4K 120p unlocks creative possibilities that were once reserved for Hollywood sets. Meanwhile, support for both C-Log2 and 3 means shooters can maximize dynamic range and achieve consistent grading workflows alongside higher-end Canon cameras. Low-light performance. Canon has long been praised for its low-light capabilities, and the R6 Mark III appears poised to push this reputation even further. Thanks to the new sensor design and Digit 10 processing, the camera promises cleaner high-ISO files, making it a strong choice for wedding, event, and documentary shooters who often face dim environments. Reports from early testers claim that the camera performs so well in low light that it could reduce or even eliminate the need for supplemental lighting in certain situations. That kind of real-world practicality may resonate more strongly with professionals than any headline resolution number. Price strategy: $2,699 to $2,899. The expected retail price for the Canon R6 Mark III falls between $2,699 and $2,899. This positions it slightly above its predecessor while still remaining competitive against rivals like Sony A7 IV $2,500, Nikon Z6 III expected $2,500, Panasonic S1H $3. Canon's pricing appears intentional. Keep it accessible for enthusiasts while packing in enough professional-level features to tempt working shooters who might otherwise consider stepping up to an R5 or even a cinema camera. If Canon delivers on these promises, the R6 Mark III may become a do-it-all solution, a single body capable of replacing multiple tools in a professional kit. Release timeline: Fall 2025. Canon has reportedly locked in the R6 Mark III announcement for after September 2025, strategically aligning with the peak holiday buying season. Importantly, leaks insist there will be no further delays, a welcome reassurance after years of supply chain disruptions that left many Canon shooters waiting months for back orders. This suggests Canon has stabilized its production pipeline and is confident about meeting demand. In practice, it means that once the camera is unveiled, pre-orders will open immediately, and deliveries should follow without the months-long delays seen with previous launches. Market impact: one camera to replace many. Perhaps the most interesting aspect of the R6 Mark III is Canon's philosophical shift. Rather than positioning this model strictly as a mid-range camera, Canon appears to be designing it as an all-in-one hybrid tool capable of replacing multiple pieces of gear. For videographers, its 6K RAW output could eliminate the need for a dedicated cinema camera in many productions. For portrait shooters, its resolution and autofocus may rival higher-end stills bodies. For event professionals, its low-light capabilities reduce reliance on lighting rigs. In short, Canon is betting that users will consolidate their setups around a single, highly capable body. This is ambitious and risky but could resonate with professionals who want to streamline workflows while reducing costs. Conclusion: a defining camera for 2025. The Canon EOS R6 Mark III is shaping up to be much more than a routine update. With its redesigned 30.3MP sensor, dual Digit 10 processor, predictive AI autofocus, groundbreaking video specs, and competitive pricing, it represents Canon's boldest attempt yet to merge professional-grade features into an enthusiast-accessible package. If the leaks are accurate, this camera could redefine what's possible in the $3,000 bracket and potentially shake up purchasing decisions for both photographers and filmmakers. With an official announcement expected in late 2025, the next few months will be critical for Canon. Supply, pricing, and execution will determine whether the R6 Mark III becomes the breakout hit of the year or another hard-to-find unicorn in a crowded market.